Hi and welcome back to vlog number 37. Today we're going to ask the $64 million question that I'm sure you've asked yourself, as has probably 90+% of the rest of the people traversing this earth and have traversed the earth, is who the heck am I? As in understanding who you actually are. This is a brilliant question to ask yourself, because from preconception we are getting programmed because of our parents' genealogy, because of what happens with mum and dad while we are growing in uterine. The programming starts. Remember, I said way back in one of the earlier vlogs, our brain is the hardware and our mind is the software. So what mum is feeling, what dad is feeling and is going around in the field that we're actually in, is being programmed into our cells to give us the ability to be human. So when I asked this question at the age of 3, and if you want to read about it, there's a link below that'll get you to my first book, which is called Detoxing the Goddess, and it gives a very detailed description of how I asked that question and went on an adventure or a hero's journey to actually find out who on earth was Louise. I started with astrology, but I get that it really would be quite uncomfortable for a lot of people because it's not something that they understand. It is actually a science that you do you, and I'll just share some other tips and bits and pieces with you. So astrology aside, when you sit and look at yourself separate from the upbringing that you actually had, ask yourself, it comes down to our beliefs, ask yourself, I have one particular family member who totally does not believe in divorce because that was our grandparents' value, and he didn't realize that he could actually make up his own values and own beliefs, but he took that on for himself. So that became a major part. Like once he finally did get married later in life, under no circumstances would he get married because he believed that that's who he was. But what we believe we are and who we really are can be 180 degrees and then some apart. So I've listed below lots of bits and pieces about really working out who you are, but I ask you to sit with your beliefs. Write down the things that you believe, like that you believe that the government supports us, that you believe that we're born, we live, we die, and then that's it. Whatever your beliefs are, and then ask yourself, is that really my belief? Is it my family's belief? Is it society's belief? Is it the government's belief? And this will take you a long way to discovering who you actually are. Because if that is not your belief, what is it that you do believe? And you're allowed to give yourself permission, like I've said before, to actually have your own belief. And to know if a belief is true, right, and real for you, ask yourself the question, how does it feel in my body? If it feels really, really good and it lights you up, that's your belief. If it doesn't feel comfortable, if it's dark, if it's heavy, if it just doesn't make sense to you, that's not your belief, that's a construct. So sit with yourself, give yourself the space to discover who you are, because I can guarantee under all those masks that you've learned to put on over the years, the real you is there, busting to shine and enable yourself to live your best life. So thank you so much for watching. If you feel this is of value to you, you think that it could be useful to someone that may be struggling with that question themselves, please share it with them. Pop your comments below in who you believe you are or how you worked out who you are. And remember, everything's changeable. Nothing is set in stone, or apart from the 10 Commandments, I believe. But please drop something below and let me know how you worked out what's your real belief, or what's a belief that you've been conditioned into understanding. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Ciao.